Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa and I'm the owner of seasonandserveblog.com. So we're outside here in our kitchen garden and today we're working on a super fun project. We are going to plant a Goth garden. And Goth gardens have become super popular in the past couple years, and basically what it is a simple garden filled with black, purple, and sometimes red flowers. I think it is super cool, super unique, and really great for people who love fall and Halloween, just like I do. So in today's video, I'm going to show you all the different plants that I picked out for my Goth garden, and I have a combination of plants fully grown that I picked up from a garden center and some seeds. Now it is mid-July here on southern Vancouver Island, but that is still plenty of time for me to actually grow some seeds from scratch. So I'll show you all the different seeds that I'm able to start. Some of them are summer crop seeds, some of them are fall and winter seeds as well. So I have a big variety, but I think it's going to be really great. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I plant up my Goth garden, but I won't be able to give you the big reveal yet because the plants need the full season to grow. So make sure that you hit the red subscribe button to see what my Goth garden looks like in September and October when it's spooky season. I think it is going to be super amazing. So let me show you the garden bed where I'm going to be planting my Goth garden, and then I'll show you all of the beautiful plants and seeds that I have. Alright, so here is the garden bed where I'm going to be planting my Goth garden, and the Goth garden is going to go in this area here. I had a bunch of spinach in here before, and that is all done for the season, so I think it's a perfect spot to put the Goth garden, especially because it is right next to all of my fall plants. So here I did sort of a fall inspired garden, so I have my corn, I have some pumpkins, I have sunflowers, I have squash, then I also have a bunch of lettuce and chard here, so I think it's going to be really fun, and I think this whole garden bed is going to be such a vibe in the fall season. It is going to be amazing. And here is a quick look at all of the different plants here and seeds that I'm going to be growing. I'll walk through all of this in a little bit more detail, but as you can see, this color palette is already on point. I think it's going to be amazing. So let me show you all the different plants first, and then I will show you the seeds. So we're down here in the garden bed, and I'm going to show you all the different plants that I picked up from the garden center to start my Goth garden. So this is an Ace of Spades potato vine. It just screams Goth garden. Like, the color of it, the beautiful dark purple, is super gorgeous. And potato vines are normally just grown for the foliage. They don't produce flowers or anything. And I think this is going to be super perfect in the Goth garden. This plant enjoys sun to part shade, which is exactly what this garden bed gets. And it grows 10 inches tall. So I think it'll be a nice little accent here in the Goth garden. And I picked up 2 of these because I didn't know if one's going to be enough. I actually don't think I'm going to be able to fit both of them in here, but we will try. But that is the first plant that I picked up. Now the second plant that I picked up is called Dragon's Breath Celosia, and this is super beautiful. I love the foliage color with the red and the purple in that. I think that is so unique, and Celosia is really awesome. It grows these beautiful like flower fronds in the late summer and early fall, so I'll be able to harvest them and use them in flower arrangements and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be really, really cool. Now, this is going to work perfect in this garden bed. It enjoys full sun, so I'll make sure I plant it in a sunnier location in this garden bed, and it grows about 18 to 24 inches tall. I also have 2 of these. Not sure if I'll be able to fit 2, but we will try and make it happen because this is super stunning. So the next plant I picked up is a straw flower, and this variety is called Dreamtime Jumbo Red because look at these beautiful flowers. They're so beautiful. Now, I've never grown straw flowers before. They feel so cool. They feel like straw and like almost like a very thin plastic. They're super cool. So I want to give these a try because I saw them at the garden center and I totally thought that this beautiful red color with like the nice purple buds would totally fit well in this Goth garden. So we're going to give this a try. This grows about 10 to 12 inches tall and it really enjoys the sun, and I hear not too much water, so maybe I'll pull my irrigation line away from it just to make sure that it does okay in my Goth garden. Now the biggest plant that I picked up for my Goth garden is this beautiful dahlia. This is called City Lights Red, and I saw this and I was like, this is literally the definition of a plant that goes in the Goth garden. It has super nice dark foliage and these beautiful red flowers. This one's actually starting to just wilt now, but there are more blossoms on the way. I think it's going to be really, really nice, and dahlias bloom basically like summer through fall, so it's really great and it'll last. Oh, what happened here? Oh, that broke off. Okay. I think dahlias are really great plants to grow in the summer and fall because these will last basically until the first killing frost. Like last year I grew my dahlias into November and they were all totally fine. They were still producing. It was really amazing. So yeah, that is going to be the largest plant in my Goth garden, and I'm super excited to see this grow, and I can't wait to see more flowers on this. And the last plant that I picked up on my Goth garden is this beautiful Lacinato Kale. I actually have a whole tray of them. I definitely can't fit the whole tray of this kale in just this garden bed here. I'll have to intersperse the other ones throughout the yard. But I think this Lacinato Kale is super beautiful. It takes on a really nice dark color, especially as it gets colder. Sometimes some varieties will actually get purple too as like the cold temperatures come in. So it's also really great because I can eat this. I can put it in salads, stir fries, whatever. It's going to be amazing. So this is definitely going in my Goth garden. Okay, so next up I'm going to show you the seeds that I'm planting in my Goth garden, and I picked up seeds from a variety of places, including Stem's Flower Farm, Vessi Seeds, and West Coast Seeds, and I will have them linked all down in the description box below. Now I will let you know that all the West Coast Seeds links are affiliate links, but I want to show you guys the plants and give you as much information about them as I can. So if you're particularly interested in any of these seeds, click on the links in the description box below and it'll take you right to their product pages where you can learn more about the plants and also buy them. And we're going to start off with some lettuce. This is literally called Darkness. Again, perfect for a Goth garden. This lettuce has a super nice ruffly texture, and the color I think is super beautiful. It has that dark purpley red. I think that is going to be super gorgeous in this Goth garden. So I also picked up some basil. This one is called Purple Ruffles, and again, just like the foliage, is going to be perfect in this Goth garden with that nice deep purple color. I think it's going to be really great. I will have to make sure this goes in a sunny spot though, just so that I can get the basil growing relatively quickly. Even if I plant basil seeds in like a fairly sunny spot, it still takes me a while to actually grow them here. But yeah, we're going to try these out and hopefully they grow nice and big by the fall time. And next up I have some radishes. This variety is called Black Spanish Round, and it is black on the outside and white in the middle, and I think that is going to be super amazing. So typically radishes grow relatively quickly. Most varieties grow in about 30 days, but this one says it grows in 60. So I have to make sure that this gets planted right away because we are just going to make it in time for fall with these beautiful radishes. I also picked up some beautiful poppy seeds. These are Black Swan poppies, and I'll insert a picture of them because the seed packet here doesn't have a photo, but these are stunning, and I'm really kind of pushing it with the poppy seeds because they mature in about 80 to 90 days. So if I'm lucky, I will have some in time for October. So kind of cutting it close, but hopefully it all turns out good. But I think this is a perfect addition to the Goth garden. That beautiful dark purple red kind of color I think is going to be stunning. So we have some Black Swan poppies. I've also picked up some carrots, and I have two varieties here. The first one is called White Satin, and this is like a white carrot, and I thought that was super cool, really nice for Halloween, especially when it goes with the deep purple carrots. This carrot is totally purple and it has some orange on the inside, so really great for Halloween. Carrots are really great to start in the summertime because by the time that they mature, you'll have them for a fall harvest. So definitely make sure you plant your carrot seeds if you want a fall harvest. Typically, you're supposed to plant them at least here on Vancouver Island in the beginning of July. I'm kind of pushing it again with it being mid-July, but I think it is going to grow perfectly, and they normally last throughout the winter here, so I should be okay. But I think the dark purple and the white carrots are going to be super cool, and they're totally going to add to that Goth garden vibe. Okay, and that is all the seeds and the plants that I'm going to be growing in the Goth garden. Now I'm going to try and lay everything out to see where I want things placed and where I want things to grow, and then we'll go ahead and plant everything. Okay, and this is what I settled on for the layout in the Goth garden. So I have the dahlia at the back, I have the Celosia here, I have two of the potato vines, another Celosia here, straw flower, then the black poppies. If those come up, they'll come up there. And then I'm also going to do a row of the purple basil. I think that'll be really nice. And then I'm going to plant the carrots. I'm not going to plant too many. I'll just do like a little quadrant of the white satin carrots there and the deep purple carrots here. And then along the front, I'm going to do a couple rows of the Black Spanish Round radishes. And I also put the darkness lettuce over here amongst my other types of lettuce. I think if I kind of bring the color over a little bit more, it'll start to look like a bigger Goth garden. So that would be really, really nice. Now, I wasn't able to find a place for my Lacinato Kale. I might actually pop some back here and maybe intersperse them throughout the rest of the fall garden, but I'll find some spots in here and I'll pop them in. And I just don't think there's going to be enough room in the main Goth garden area, especially because I have 2 cauliflowers here. They haven't been growing that well. I think they'll start to pick up here a little bit more, but cauliflowers grow relatively big. So if they actually grow by the end of summer and beginning of fall, they're going to be taking up a lot of the space too, which I didn't really account for, but I think it'll be totally fine. So yeah, that is the layout for the Goth garden. Now I'm going to plant everything. So before I began planting in this garden bed, I amended it with a little bit of compost just so that I can ensure that the plants and the seeds have lots of nutrients to get themselves through the summer season. I also added a little bit of composted cow manure into each of the holes where I'm planting the fully grown plants, just so that they get an instant boost and they're ready to grow throughout the summer season. And of course, while I was planting my Goth garden, my cat Pearl was out here with me. She always loves being outside in the garden with me to see what's going on, and she always has to do a little bit of an inspection with the plants before I actually plant them in the garden. Next up, I went ahead and planted all of my flower, herb, and vegetable seeds that I picked out. And when I was actually choosing the seeds to plant in here, I was really limited by the amount of time I had left in the growing season, being mid-July. With it already being mid-July, there's a lot of things that I couldn't start from seed at this point. And earlier in the springtime, I maybe could have started some more things. And I actually created a full list of vegetables, flowers, and herbs that you can grow in your Goth garden that have these really nice dark purple, black, and red tones in them. And I have that available on my website, so if you want to look for more inspiration for any different plants that you can grow in your Goth garden, definitely check out the blog post, and I'll leave that linked in the description box below. Once I planted my seeds, I gave my whole Goth garden a really good watering in, so that's ready to grow throughout the summer season. So that is it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that I inspired you to grow a Goth garden of your own. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you hit the like button down below, as well as the red subscribe button to see what my Goth garden looks like in September and October. Also, make sure that you share this video with your friends and family who might be interested or curious about starting their own Goth garden. I think it's a super fun and unique project, and I hope that I gave you some inspiration as to what plants and what seeds and crops that you're able to grow in your Goth garden. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!